Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, to start off by giving all honor and glory to Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem, Rekah Quadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect, okay? All right, and as you can see before us, a video before us, okay? You know, you have, I guess, Gen Z, 2025 graduation, turned, as the header says, 2025 graduation turned into a ghetto party, man. Okay, and you see a lot of Eves, okay, a lot of wicked ass Eves that's probably ain't gonna amount to nothing, okay, you know, because if they don't obey their husband, turn to the Lord, they really what really is Eve, okay? Take care of her household and take care of her children. What really is Eve, okay? They're bloodthirsty, drinking, okay. The scriptures talk about they open their mouth to every quiver, roughly paraphrasing. So these women are gonna turn out to be, you know what I'm saying, a lot of baby mamas, okay. And I'm not saying all of them, but guess what? If they're not if they're not of the elect, you know, they're going to turn out to be a fucking mess, okay? Thinking they're better than men, you know. Okay, because you can tell by the attire, by the way they shaking their ass and everything. Okay, like they have no mind. And you might say, what's wrong with this, right? Okay, you might say, what's wrong with this? They just graduated, but they're happy, right? But this is what Babylon the Great has produced, man. A lot of ass shaking, okay, careless women. Okay, a lot of hyenas in this video, man, acting a fool. And this school is probably predominantly Jake, okay? Predominantly Jake. Jake think that when they graduate from high school or graduate from college, that they made it. Okay, that's a lie that's been put before you, man. So that when we analyze it and we see you going out of your damn mind for some shit that it's not going to matter at the end of the day, you know, us with the spiritual eyes, we see folly, man. We see straight vanity, because all that shit doesn't matter, man. Yeah, you know how to do some math. Yeah, you know how to speak some English. Yeah, you know how to do a couple things and stuff like that, you know, enough to, you know, get you to survive. But this right here ain't life, man. Graduating from high school is not life. Okay, check this out, because most of the stuff that you was taught was vain. Okay, you was taught what Eve wanted you to teach you. Okay, all you know how to do is shake your ass, wear long weave that's not your hair. Okay, smitten with madness. Okay, synthetic hair that's chemical going into your brain, making you go crazy, man. Okay, degenerate, falling all over the place. No class. Okay, no class at all, man. Let's read some of the comments. Okay. Ebony Johnson, and this is Eve talking about Eve. I bet you some of the people commenting don't even have okay. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, she good look, cause good look. She's part of that crowd, right? Okay. She don't see. Of course, she don't see nothing wrong with a bunch of women acting foolish, shaking their ass. Okay. They don't see nothing wrong with that, right? Look at Licia Marie. Okay. This is so embarrassing. It is. She got 4.4K likes on it. All right. Those diplomas will be worthless, as none of these girls will be a productive part of society. Right. They're going to be robbing the bank. So, but that's the thing. It says lament for the teeth, because, hey, if they don't get it together and find a man and a man of the Lord at that, they're going to be they're going to be left out there, man, to defend for themselves. And we know how that's going to go. Okay. E is pulling back all the benefits, man. Food stamps, home assistance, all of that. Read that from Stephen again. Those diplomas will be worthless, and they are, as we speak, as none of these girls will be a productive part of society. And how do women be a productive part of society? Well, it goes back to the scriptures. Okay, them tending to the house and their husband. Okay, a Proverbs chapter 31 woman. And I think it speaks about in Corinthians or Timothy. It's in Timothy. Speaks about what the older women are supposed to teach the younger woman, and the young women are supposed to fall in subjection under the man's order. Okay, because you have Yahawashi, then you have the man. Okay, then you have the woman. All right, that's the order. It's not the woman, then Yahawashi, then the man. No. The woman is under the man in front of the children. Okay, she has to get her household in order. Okay, meaning making sure that things in her house are done correctly, not half-assing shit. Okay, being a true mother for her children, not aborting the children. I bet there's a lot of abortions in this class right here. At least 20, at least 15 abortions, man. I'm gonna give ourselves at least 15 abortions, man. Okay, cause we know this, man. We know this story already, man. Let me pause this. Okay. Yeah, but at home, good keepers at home, okay, sober, not high-minded, right? Okay. And not living in pleasure, man. See these women right here, they dance like this because they finna go party after this shit. They finna hit the club after this. Okay, there's no class act about you Eves, man. Okay, predominantly Judah, but also you West Indians and you fucking Levites, okay? You Jamaicans, Haitians, and blacks, okay? Look at that shit. I bet whoever the hairstylist was, look at the no shoes on. Look at the bottom of her feet. A fucking hood chicken. Oh, no shoes on. Look at the shoes. No shoes on. A lot of these girls don't have shoes on. And you might say this is the Louisiana, you know what I'm saying? This look like somewhere in Louisiana, Mississippi. I can tell by the way they dance in New Orleans or somewhere around that area. You might say, oh, that's how culture. Well, your culture is a dirty foot chicken head, man. Dirty foot thought, okay? Dirty. Okay, and this is what we left with, man. That's why we gotta get up out of here, man, because a lot of these women think like this, man, and they're not classy. Okay, and they're not true women. They're not modest. Okay, it's fake femininity. A lot of them are independent women. They want to be independent, not listening to nobody, no man, no nothing. Okay, smitten with madness. All right. I don't got too much scriptures on this, but this is one of the ones that I did come to. Okay. All right, Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 19. Thine own wickedness shall correct thee, and thy backsliding shall reprove thee. Know therefore and see that it is an evil thing and bitter that thou hast forsaken the Lord Yahawah thy power. And it is, man. Okay, because they say you want to see the progress of a nation. Look at its woman. Okay, and look at our woman, barefooted. A barefooted thoughts. Chicken head, no shoes on. Stank. Whoever made, you know what I'm saying, full of fake weave. I bet the hairstylist made a lot of money. The hairstylist, that's probably the business to go into, man. Okay, that's the business to go into. Man, these Eves, and we know why, right? The Lord smit a baldness on your head, man. Okay, so you can't grow hair, so you go find fake synthetic weave with chemicals in it, and you put that in your hair, and you act like a damn donkey like it's yours. Okay, because we know the glory of a woman is her hair. Okay, but you go and you act like a damn fool with the hair that's not yours. Proud. We shouldn't be proud. We in captivity, man. And this is why the Lord says this right here. Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 19. Thine own wickedness shall correct thee, and thy backsliding shall reprove thee. Know therefore and see that it is an evil thing and bitter that thou hast forsaken the Lord thy power. And it is bitter to see our people jumping around with no shoes on, no class, filthy, dirty, stinking. And that my fear is not in thee, saith the Lord Yahawah of hosts. Verse 20. For of old time I have broken thy yoke and burst thy bands, and thou saidest, I will not transgress. That covenant with Egypt, okay, with the Pharaoh in the wilderness with Moses. When upon every high hill and under every green tree thou wanderest playing the harlot. Right, following after idols. Okay, and if you ask a lot of these women, what is their religion? They're going to tell you Jesus. But Jesus allowed them to twerk around like that, man. Okay, this is not marriage material. This is something you just want to hit and go. Hit and leave. You don't want to stay with these women. You barely want to hit them. You know, because the parts I did a video recently talking about most of these women are women carrying fucking diseases, man. And leading it out of all the other nations, woman. And the Northern Kingdom right behind them. Look, throwing money like a hooligan. Don't you think after high school, you know, you're going to need to get yourself together? Okay? You're going to have to save some money so you can get right? But Jakes don't think about that, man. Look at that shit, man. All right. Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 24. Of old time I have broken thy yoke and burst thy bands, and thou saidest, I will not transgress. Yeah, we made a covenant with the Lord Yahawashi, man. We told him we wouldn't go against it. When upon every high hill and under every green tree thou wanderest playing the harlot. Yeah, I planted thee a noble vine, which is the point, woolly a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? Now, I wanted to get the definition of degenerate, okay? Because that's what you see, a bunch of degenerates, all right?
Strong's H, 5493. Sword.
Okay. A primitive root to turn off, literally or figuratively. Decline, depart, go aside, grievous, lay away. Yeah, lay away from the path of Yahawashi. Leave undone, be past, pluck away, put away, down. And the Lord did put us away and put us down. Rebel, remove to and fro. Revolt, be sour. Okay? A lot of you fucking women and men, the 2/3 are sour, man. Sour. Take away of, turn aside, away, and withdraw, be without. And we're without. The Lord said, I would hide my face from you, roughly paraphrasing, till you seek your fit. Till you seek, roughly paraphrasing. To turn aside, depart, to turn aside, turn in unto, to depart from way, avoid, to be removed, to come to an end. Okay, to turn aside, to turn aside, cause to depart, remove, take away, put away, depose. To put aside, leave undone, retract, reject, abolish, to be taken away, be removed. Okay. Let me go back to this part. Degenerate. Okay, it says turned off. An example, deteriorated. Okay, we are deteriorated as a people, man. All our women know how to do is shake ass and commit adultery. Okay, and fall and bust and look stupid. And go on